So we're live. Yeah, you there? We're live, people. Thank you, everybody. If you're here, you've joined in, you tuned in. This is Everyone's a Pundit. This is episode 54. And as you can see, if you're watching, you can see there's some glum faces in the studio today. Arsenal fans not looking happy. Can we get a smart Arsenal fans or not? Not on it. Nah, not on it. They're not on it. Let me let them introduce themselves anyway. Let's start with them. Jason, they already know who you are, but introduce yourself, please. Jason.
Oh, me? Yeah, it's your boy, Mr. Jason.
Switch on, man. Switch on, man.
I couldn't, but the mic is not, the feedback's not that great, bro. It keeps crackling when you're talking, so I don't know what you're saying half the time.
Okay, we can hear you fine, though.
Yeah, but it's when you're talking to me, it's like you're crackling. So I don't know if you're saying my name.
All right. You don't have to have a go at me. I'm just saying, Jesus.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, you want to introduce yourself, Jay?
Anyway.
Jeez. My God.
Yeah, it's Mr. Jason Alex, big Arsenal fan. You get me? Yeah, that's all for now, man.
Introduce yourself.
Wait, well, did you say me? I can't even hear you too good either, you know.
You can't even hear me either. Oh my God.
I can, but like it keeps like cutting out. Do you know what I mean?
All right.
But anyways,
yeah, I told you.
Yeah, hi people. My name's Shiv, and Arsenal fan as well, unfortunately. But we're not going to talk about that too much.
Yeah, Shiv kicks professional ball for Crystal Palace people. So just
do you know what? I'm going to support Palace. Mum's life.
You might as well, boy. West, let them know who you is, please.
Big West, and I'm an Arsenal supporter as well. Yeah. I got on a Tottenham shirt and that. I support Arsenal whole time.
What? No, wait. I thought this was a Tottenham supporter.
Nah, he's a Tottenham fan. He's joking with you. He's running joke.
That's a say.
Nah, man, I'm playing. Nah, Big West, obviously Tottenham fan. United goes. Riding our luck right about now.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into some talk and discuss what's what. And those of you that don't know me, I'm Semps and I'm a United fan. And this is Everyone's a Pundit. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. The likes help us grow. 5 people watching at the moment. All 5 of you hit the like button, please. And then, yeah, man, let's get into it. So we've had this weekend's game started off with Crystal Palace and Newcastle on Friday, and Newcastle beat them 2-0. Then we had the early kickoff on Saturday, which was Brighton and Liverpool, which ended 1-1. Then we saw Man City put 5 past Burnley. Everton then went and lost 1-0 at home to Leeds. I believe that's some successive home defeats for them as well, for for Everton. West Brom beat Sheffield United 1-0. And then we move on to Super Sunday, people. Super Sunday. It started off proper super, boy. Southampton 2, Manchester United 3. We're going to talk about that, obviously. And then it kind of dipped in the next game. Chelsea 0, Tottenham 0. And then you can always rely on Arsenal to give you some, to end off with a bang. Arsenal 1, Wolves 2. And yeah, man, let's start off with the Arsenal game. Yeah, man, we're going to start off with the Arsenal game because true say we got 2 Arsenal fans on today. That doesn't really happen. So, yeah, man, Jason, you kind of tell us how you're feeling right now because, as I said, you've come here today. I'm seeing pure vex faces. You're just snapping at me for no reason. Yeah, like, football shouldn't happen, So let us know how you're feeling right now because that Arsenal performance again, we're just seeing the same old. It's your floor.
It's disheartening, man. I mean, considering how we ended last season, I'm just a bit baffled as to what's gone wrong. I mean, like Arteta's been in the job for less than a year, and we did see progress under him, but it's like we've gone a bit backwards now. Like we're not creating chances. Aubameyang's not scoring. Like we're just negative. You know, I just can't put a foot in it. I just don't understand what's gone wrong from the ending of last season to now. I mean, we had that one good game against Fulham, but since then it's just been shit.
First game of the season, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously we won at Old Trafford, but like when you think about it now, it's like it hasn't amounted to nothing. You know, we don't score many goals. I'm surprised
Don't score any
to be
goals.
honest, you know.
Don't score any goals, not many goals, any goals.
Well, listen, we've scored goals this season, but not many, yeah. But I just don't understand. I don't understand why or what's gone wrong. Like I don't know what Arteta telling him. I don't know how he's setting the team out before kickoff. Like what's telling him to do, because I just don't see no type of play. You know, everything's sideways, backways now. Like I just don't get it, bro. It's baffling, and to me, like I tweeted that questions might start need to be asked of Arteta, because you know what's this, 5 defeats? We're not even halfway through the season yet. 5 defeats already.
10 games played, 5 defeats.
That's unacceptable, man. I don't care who's in charge. That's unacceptable. You know, Ozil's not in the team, so we don't have that playmaker or anyone to create anything. But there should be someone at least that can do a little something. But you know, like I said, when we're attacking, we get to the 18-yard box, and we're like, we just get lost. Like we don't know what to do.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know how long this could continue for, because you know, the rate it's going at. We've got Tottenham next. I'm not confident about that. Yeah, so that might be 6 defeats.
Yeah, for real.
And then
that's a possibility, boy.
You know, the board. You know, what Arsenal needed this summer, yeah, was what Chelsea had. Yeah, buying this player and that player here and there. That's not really going to make a difference. You need a fucking overhaul. Sorry, my language. You need an overhaul. You need at least a good 4 or 5 players to come in. Because we need more than Partey. We need more than Gabriel. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, I don't know, man. I just think that if you're going to back the manager, back him properly, man. Don't be like one or 2 players coming in. That's not going to make a difference.
As you can hear, people, Jason is not happy, man. Shiv, we spoke very briefly in the lobby, and what is your take on it? Do you think it's the manager, or you think you don't have good enough players? What do you put it down to right now?
Like, it's got to be the manager, because end of the day, if you look at our team on paper, we ain't got a dead team. So why are we where we are in the league? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just over it, though. I'll be honest. Like, I'm over it. Like,
you can't be over it, man. We're just early into the season. You know,
yeah,
it's
like, every season, though. Like, it's not even like, yeah, it's just happening this season. This is every season, bruv. Like,
yeah.
Like, yeah, cool. Like, we won whatever we won last year, but I don't care about that. I don't care. Like, obviously, yeah, winning stuff's cool, whatever. I don't care about them things. I want to win the Prem. I don't care about no FA Cup, no dead cup. Like, we need to be winning proper things, and then people take us seriously. Like,
yeah, you are a long way from winning the Prem, boy. Jeez.
And I agree. Like, next week when we got Tottenham, it's long. It's long. I'll be honest, it's long.
Do you think then, because I've spoken to a few people that have said that, you know, Jason's saying it there, that you didn't get back properly in the summer, you needed better players in. Do you think that there's a lack of quality in your squad? Or what's your take on Ozil not even being included at the moment?
I mean, I agree. Like, I feel like we need him in the team. End of the day, like, he's a playmaker. Like, who else have we got who can do what he does? Like, no one. And we ain't scoring goals. So the only reason for that is because we ain't got someone to create them. Like, so I don't know, whatever's gone on, something had to have gone on behind closed doors that we don't know about for him to not play him, but it just don't make sense to me. Like, if I'm a manager, he would get into anyone's starting 11, like, surely.
Do you think that there's something else going on behind the scenes then as to why he's not included?
Yeah, 100%. It don't make sense.
Yeah.
You know, because I picked out some stats from Sky Sports, and Mesut Ozil, 18 appearances, and this was what most in Premier League since the start of last season. 18 appearances, 38 chances created, and then the only people that had more than him was Pepe, and Pepe had 38 appearances, Ceballos 31 appearances, Lacazette 37, Saka 32, and only, I think it was only Pepe really that had more chances created than Ozil, and my man has played less than half the game. So
there you go. There's your answer. Like,
we got here what we spoke about, lack of quality the other day. It's dead out, and yeah, I think that the quality in the Arsenal team isn't as high as some of the other teams, but I think that where we're at the position now, where it's 10 games and 5 defeats, that is a lot. That you can't just put that down to the players. And you know, last season, you lot on this day, it's ironically this day last season, you lot were 8th and you had 18 points, and Emery got sacked. You're now 14th with 13 points. And Arteta's looking at holding a 6th defeat next season when he next week if he plays the league leaders and they turn up. Wes, you're there grinning your teeth. What do you make of this going on over there at the Emirates right there now? That's three consecutive home defeats as well.
If I'm honest with you, yeah, this is the worst Arsenal team I've ever seen, you know. I'm dead serious. I'm being serious. You know why? Because see, like with Arsenal teams, yeah, all right, they might not be challenging for the title and whatnot, but they always had players that could do bits. Yeah, from like your Nasri's, Van Persie, Fabregas, you know, they always had someone. When I look at this Arsenal team, yeah, I remember I said this to you, Sebs, when I was on before a couple of weeks ago. Bar Aubameyang, who else scores in that team?
Yeah.
Who else scores in that? But then, who else creates chances in that team? Now, everybody said to me, oh, Ceballos, he's not fit. And no, he's not the answer. You understand? You've got, when I look at Arsenal's midfield, yeah, like I rate Saka. I think Saka is like, he's quality, yeah, the young you. I rate him still. But when I look bar Saka and Aubameyang, all the rest of them are mediocre. Like Pepe, I don't know what that is. That's 72 million of foolishness, yeah? No, I'm just being honest though. Like, Granit Xhaka, he's all right. Like, when you play Fulhams and that, you get me, and you're coming up against Tom Kearney and that, yeah, cool. You can do bits, yeah? El Nelly, but then, who else you got? Like, Reece Nelson, he's all right. Willett, all right. Nathan Niles, all right. But these man, when I look at our old school Arsenal team, none of them get in the team. Do you understand where I'm coming from? And then what ends up happening is a man starts looking at the defensive displays. Now, they're defending better as a unit, yeah, if I'm honest with you, because they're not getting slapped. But attacking-wise and the whole cohesion through the whole team, it's not good enough. Now, you can say it's the manager, but the manager can only work with what he's got in it. Now, I know a lot of Arsenal, man, that was calling for Wenger to be out, calling for Emery to be out and whatever, yeah? But the only reason why they're calling for these people to be out, because to them, they felt the football was getting stale, yeah? I don't see any improvements, yeah, from Arteta as a team since he's taken over. Yeah, they won the FA Cup, cool. But when I'm looking at it now, yeah, and like you lot have said before, like Shiv and Jason and that, there's no form of quality in it. There's nobody that's gonna pick a pass out of nowhere, thread a ball through the eye of the needle. Do you know what I'm saying? So when I just look at them, I just think, boy, this is just the worst Arsenal team I've seen. But hear what? Long may it continue, innit? Yeah, because, no, big and serious, because I went through this with Tottenham. You understand? So it's you lot's turn to feel that pain now. You understand? Make sure your weekends mash up and everything. Yeah. It's joke.
Yeah, boy. You can see that there we can mash up, boy. As I said, Jason just having a go at me and snapping at me for no reason. It's not like him. He's not usually that type of guy as well. But that's what football can do to you. But you know what? When do we start asking questions of Arteta? Because you said that the manager can only do what he can work with, but I'm sure that he can do better than this because it is 5 defeats in 10 games. However you look at it, that's 5 defeats in 10 games.
Do you know what, Sense? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, and this is no biasness here. I'm taking my Tottenham head off. It's football. Yeah,
yeah.
He can't do better with that team. He can't. You see them winning the FA Cup. Yeah, there was frailties there, you know. But what's happened is, you see, when we've had the restart, yeah. Football was all up and down, innit? Remember before the restart, Sheffield United was going on with things, weren't they?
Yeah.
So obviously, Arsenal, when they've come back, they had a bit of form for that period. Yeah. Coming into this season, bar the first couple games, I don't feel that they've played good. Yeah, you can say the Fulham game, but when have they really played good? Even against Man United, that game there was always going to be won by 1 goal, whether it went to United or them. They ended up getting it because of Pogba's foolishness yet again. But I can't see him getting any more change out of the team that he has. Like, what more do you want him to do with that team? What can he do?
Not lose 5 games. Do you know what I mean? Because they came to Old Trafford and they beat us. Go on, Jay. Go on.
Yeah, but saying that there must be a certain way he wants to play. There must be a certain way he wants to play. Them playing backwards and sideways, I'm sure that's not what he's telling them to do.
I get that. But at the same time, you've only got sideways and backwards, man. This is what you have to understand. Yeah?
The players are lacking confidence. They're lacking serious confidence.
They're lacking quality, bro. Yeah? Like, that whole thing with Ozil, yeah, it's political, innit? Yeah? Oh. It's all political. I think it all comes down to, like, something to do with the sponsors and whatever. He said a madness. So I'm hearing, but I don't know how much that's true. Yeah? But Arsenal, remember I said it again, Semps, they don't go and buy what they need, innit? You understand? Yeah? You don't want to make apple pie, but you're buying oranges. That don't make sense. That's not apple pie, innit? You need to go and buy the cooking apple, yeah, and you're good to go. You're gonna have your apple pie. Arsenal do a remix thing. Yeah, you know what? This can pass still. No one won't know that it's an orange in there. Yeah? They really need to go and sign. And I don't think that they need to go and sign like the top man, but they need to sign man that is going to fit into the system that Arteta wants to play. Now, you have to understand, he's coming from Man City, where he's seen Guardiola work with Gundogan, De Bruyne, and all of them man there. He's tried to put that semi-blueprint into Arsenal. But the difference is you're working with Xhaka, Holding, Chambers, and these are all any man. Do you understand? So I think that's where the board in January, which is going to be hard yet again, is going to either have to spend some cash or they're going to have to try and ride it out to the end of the season. Because I don't think sacking him is going to make it any better because them players are still going to be there.
Look at this comment here, people. Shiv and Jason. Because Arteta is defo whack. Aubameyang being top goal scorer every year, but now the geezer can't even get a chance on goal. And this is something that I've spoken about with my team. That has to, for me, come down to the manager in the way that you lot are playing. What do you lot think about that?
Yeah, I agree. But then at the same time, like, you need someone to be giving him them balls as well. Like, can't just be down to the manager.
Yeah, I suppose. But isn't it about, because remember, up until a couple of games ago, Aubameyang's been playing on the left.
Yeah, but you lot have got PE teachers though, Man United and Arsenal. So it's going to be hard, isn't it? You understand? Like, you lot. But
this is what we're talking about, though, isn't it? Is Arteta good enough? Me personally, I don't. You know, it is still early days, but results don't lie. You know, if he was winning, when he's winning FA Cups and everything's looking rosy, everybody's talking about, we can see everything that Arteta's doing. Arteta's looking good. The team's looking solid. We can see. This is what the Arsenal fans are saying, though. We can see what he's trying to do. This is what they were saying. So now when you're 10
not
games,
me. I was not saying that, bro.
Well, I'm telling you,
I was not getting gassed. There was no way I wasn't getting gassed of that because
Jason is one of them.
I don't care about them things.
Jason, you saw what he was trying to do, didn't you?
So again, what?
You saw what he was trying to do, didn't you? There's a couple man in the comments as well.
I did. Yeah, I did. Like I said, it's like we've regressed from that now. So the football's just shit. It wasn't shit before.
Yeah. See, now you lot are just ultra defensive. You lot. Yeah. You know what?
They
Go on.
Go on, Jason.
No, go on. That's fine. Go on.
Now, what I was gonna say is, I don't think it was great, but it worked after lockdown. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
the football worked. It was working. It was working. Now it's I don't know what it is. It's negative now. It's negative now. So
Man said Cavani more goals than Aubameyang. That's dead. That's poor.
I mean, in that chance that Aubameyang had today, that chance he had, he didn't look confident when he tried when he
what the header
got the ball. No. When the keeper made that mistake and he got onto. Made a mistake. He got onto the loose ball. He didn't look confident like like last season. He would have taken that shot on.
But he's playing like he don't want to be there.
He's not confident. The whole team is. The whole team is pieces, man.
Yeah, I think it's easy to say, you know, and don't get me wrong, I'll jump on the banter hype train certain time and be like, since Aubameyang signed his contract, man has been missing and all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, we all know football. Like, we've all played football. Shiv, you play football yourself. Like, you know, confidence plays a big part in football, yeah? And if you're a striker, you're being starved of chances and you haven't scored in how long, you're naturally your confidence is not going to be through the roof. And then when you get a chance, you're probably going to overthink it. Do you know what I'm saying? And then if you're only getting one chance per game, that's not what a striker that is out of form needs. A striker sort of needs a few chances. He might miss a couple, then he gets that goal, then that'll give him confidence. Next week, you get a couple of chances again, you might get another one, then you can start to build on that. So, you know, I feel sorry for Aubameyang right now. Like, and this is what I'll try to say with certain other man is, at the moment, he is on a bad run of form. But that don't mean that man has just turned into a bad player overnight. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's why he might need that game next week, you know. All form goes out the window, you know.
In the derby. Yep. True. But you know what? We're going to move on from Arsenal now. Just one question to Jason. Jason, you know, on a podcast last season when we talked about where Arsenal may finish, and I think you said top 6 or something, and I said, or top 4, and I said maybe even that is too high, and then you jumped down my throat. Where do you think that Arsenal will finish this season now, Mr. Jason Alex?
Well, I can't really put a number on it, you know. I can't really put a number on it, bro.
No, I say it with a chest, man.
I can't put a number on it.
I believe.
Do you think you will finish top 8?
No.
Yeah, I reckon we probably will. I think we will.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna last the whole season. This ain't gonna last the whole season.
With Arteta in charge, yeah.
Yeah, I reckon we'll finish like top 8. But we got January to come as well, so the second half of the season it could be a lot different. Who knows? So
I'm saying 10th.
You know, football's a strange game.
We've got man saying 11th on here. You're saying 10th, Shiv, yeah? Jason saying top 8, but top 6 you don't think, Jay, no?
Pardon?
Big up, Cass. As Cass said, support the thing, hit the like button. 14 people watching. Please hit the like button, all of you. But yeah, top 6, Jason? Just before we move on?
Right. At this rate, no.
No.
At this rate, no.
Oh
I can't
gosh.
see it.
Oh, big up though for Shiv and Jason for still coming on today. I know Liverpool mans that when their teammate won, they've decided not to come on the podcast. So I have to big up these two for coming and repping their team in these dire times. You know that I've been through it myself, boy. But Wes, we'll head over to you. We've got a question up here which was aimed at you. So we'll move on to your game today. Because you lot played a bit of a dead 0-0 draw. Are you happy with the draw versus Arsenal versus Chelsea? This person is obviously a Spurs fan, and he's happy with it. I know Pat's happy with it. Joe Swash is happy with it. Shout out to Pat and Joe Swash as well. Always locked in and supporting the team. What are you saying, Wes?
You're not going to be mad techie with this one, though, innit?
I know you are. I know you are. I know.
So hear what I'm saying. 2 points dropped, 1 point gained, away from home, record at Stamford Bridge over the last 30 years, not the greatest, probably only won, 10, 11 games there in the last 30 years. Could we have overexerted ourselves more? Yeah. Am I happy that we've come away with something? Yeah. And truth be told, we're top of the league, though, isn't it?
We're
top of the league. You understand? Like, no matter how anybody wants to jazz it up and break it down, boy, it was boring, it's Mourinho, rare. The fact of the matter is, last year when we played Chelsea, we got no points. Yeah? We've played 3 of the so-called top 6. We got 7 points. Yeah? Gave Man United a 6-piece. Yeah? Man United know the 6-piece.
You wanted to get that out, innit?
They got the 6 wings with no chips and whatnot. Man City, they got the 2, got a point off of Chelsea. But one thing I do say, it was very tactical, because I deeped it. After Tottenham play Liverpool in a couple weeks' time, away from home, the only top 6 teams Tottenham have to play next year is Man City, yeah, and Arsenal. All the rest of the top 6 teams.
Bro, you're classing us as a top 6, man.
Huh? No, but
you're classing us. As
no. But realistically, like, you're one of the big teams in the league, innit? Yeah, you're just not performing. Yeah, let's keep it 100. But bar that, I'm confident with Man United coming to Tottenham Stadium. I think we get a result. Chelsea coming there. Liverpool is the only one that I feel is tricky at home. So with this point, if I'm honest with you, you will see later on as the season goes on, this was a vital point. Yeah? So that's what I can really say right about now. But I do feel that if we did exert ourselves, I think we could have really got a result, because I don't know what Lo Celso was doing at the end there. But we dust our shoulders off. We got a little Sunday league game next week as well. You understand what I'm saying? So we see how
Sunday league.
Sunday league, all like that.
Oh, Jason, how does it feel right now to see Spurs top of the league doing their thing?
They're not gonna win it.
Wait, let him talk, West, man. Behave, man. Don't do that to Jason. Jason, what do you make of it at the moment?
Spurs are having their moment. They're doing well. I ain't gonna lie. I just looked at their goal difference. Scored 21 goals, conceded 9, which is the first for a team like Tottenham. I can't really be begrudging, to be honest. I just got to suck it up, man. They're doing well. We was there once. You get me? So
we was there a long time ago, but yeah, we were there once. That is true.
Anyway, but yeah, it is what it is, man. I'm not even watching something, to be honest. I'm worried about my team, to be honest.
Yeah, true that. I hear that, Jason. I hear that. Shiv, you saw the game today? What did you make of it?
Like it was dead. It was dead, but like it was a good result for them, innit? Like I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm not burning because it's Tottenham, but like as a team, I like them. Like, but obviously, I'm always gonna feel a way towards them because they're Tottenham. But yeah, like Jason said, they're having their moment, innit? Leave them to it. What can we do? We're dead. We can't say nothing. We're dead. Like it is what it is. Like let them have their little golden moment, innit?
Yeah. From my perspective, you see this comment here from Blas. Where is it? Chelsea were there for the taking. We take off Bergwijn and bring on Davis instead of Bell. That's not a winning mentality. Now, I don't necessarily agree with the last part with it's not a winning mentality because we all know Jose, the way in which his mind is set. He's got the winning mentality, but my man's tactics are different. You know what I'm saying? It's more defensive, counter-attacking, whatever. But you know what? I rate Spurs, so I expected more today. I expected a little bit more than that. Like to have to go, yeah, you come away with a clean sheet, you come away with a point, you ain't done this, you ain't done that, X, Y, and Z. But if we're talking about this season, where you are now, the players that you have, to not register a shot on goal in the second half, like for me, that's for a team that's going to win the title, you wouldn't expect that. You wouldn't see a Liverpool do that last season. You wouldn't see a Man City when they were flying high. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's the questions that I would have there with Spurs, because I would have expected a little bit more today. I would have expected a little bit more today, Wes.
Well,
and you know what? And another thing is we've spoken as well about Gareth Bale, and I've told you a few times.
Yeah.
I think you guys think that Gareth Bale is going to play more or have a bigger part to play than he actually really is. Again, today he doesn't even make the pitch, doesn't even come on. So I think that does, you know, for me, I think you could do a little bit more. You got the players. It's not the same Spurs that you're talking about for the last 30 years. Do you get what I'm saying? Where we can talk about these old stats. This is a Spurs at the moment that have real ballers in the team. You now have a manager of real pedigree. So I think I expect a little bit more when you're going up against an inexperienced Frank Lampard.
But do you know what? Yeah, like I said earlier, we played Chelsea twice last season, and they took 6 points off of us. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Yeah.
So, last season is obviously not the same as this season. As Spurs fans keep reminding me, he needed time to bed in. Do you know what I mean?
But Semps, it's one of these ones. Yeah. This is gonna sound mad. Yeah, and women don't take this the wrong way. But sometimes you have to pick your battles with a woman, innit? Yeah, right. You have to pick your battles. You have to know when to go in hard, and you have to know when to, you know what, just humble yourself, innit? Jose's philosophy today was, I'm not letting this guy beat me again. But then at the same time, if we can nick it, we nick it. Do you understand? Now, as I said, 2 points dropped. But then I'm so happy that we didn't lose. Because that point, yeah, it's taking us back on to the top and giving us goal difference and whatever above Liverpool and whatnot. But what people don't realise is we had Man City last week. Got Chelsea this week. We got Arsenal next week. We got Crystal Palace the week after. In between that, you got Liverpool and you got Leicester. Yeah? That's our run up until Christmas. Then Leeds and Wolves. So getting this point away from home at Stamford Bridge, no matter how anybody wants to look at it, yeah, I think it's a good point. Because now, as I said, dust ourselves off, play the Europa on Thursday, got Arsenal on Sunday. Can we get a result? I'll be mad if we don't, if I'm quite honest with you.
Well, you should. It's the Sunday league game, you said, so you should be getting a result.
Game under 12s, you know how it goes. Yeah. Get a little burger afterwards and that, a cup of tea. But
who's under 12s? Who's under 12s? Who's under 12s?
Arsenal.
The Arsenal.
Mason. That's what he's saying.
No, put a bit of respect on our name, man. Serious.
No, man. You lot have got my respect, man. Trust me, man. You got my respect.
We're not under 12s. We're in a bit of a shit run. We're not under 12s.
Okay. Anywho, right? So we got them next week and whatnot, and we see what go on in it. Like I get what you're saying about the Bell situation. Like everybody's expecting Bell to be the creme de la creme in it, like how he was back in Madrid, but he's gonna have his moments. He might not have his moments against the teams that you expect him to have it against. Yeah. Remember the other day he scored the winner against Brighton, and Brighton was having us up, if I'm quite honest with you.
Yeah, but I don't have any doubt that he's going to get the odd goal here or there. But me and you's talk is about him playing a role, and you can see here that he's not going to be trusted in the big games.
No, not at all. Do you know why he's not going to be? Because right about now, if I'm honest with you, I don't think his fitness is to the level for him to play that little Bergwijn role or Mora or Son. So he's going to have to hold the bench. Yeah, you understand? He has to hold that. And I just have to be real. It's just like Del Boy, like, Deli, you don't deserve to be anywhere near the team right about now because you're not doing what you're meant to do, you know? So, like, no matter how we nitpick and whatnot, at the end of the day, yeah, Jose's come in to steady a ship that was sinking, yeah? And if you pull up the stats, Semps, we've only lost 2 games in the league in how many games? That was against Sheffield United, yeah, after the restart, and the beginning of the season at Everton, and everybody's saying, boy, Jose's finished, Jose's this, Jose's that. I think media and people are waiting for Tottenham to falter just so they can have a go at Jose. Yeah, but what he did today, personally, I think it was very smart. You pick your battles. Yeah.
You say that it's smart though, Wes, but did we expect anything different? We didn't see anything that we didn't like. I just thought now with the team that you got, you might be a little bit more
expansive.
Yeah, show a little bit more. Like, but you didn't. Like, you literally just did the park the bus quote as that what we've seen with less attacking threat going forward at all. And with the team that we have now, I'm not even trying to take. At the end of the day, you got a point away from home against a contender for the title. So I'm not even getting at that. You know, some Spurs fans get all in their feelings at times, but all I'm saying is that I would have expected a little bit more. That's all I'm saying.
So what, Sense? I agree with you though. That's why I said like 2 points dropped, because at the end of the day, if I was to rate our attacking display today against Chelsea, I would say that's 5 out of 10. If that, you understand what I mean? Like it wasn't the greatest, but I can't be overcritical because we.
Yeah, you got the point away from home. I hear that.
Yeah, you understand where I'm coming from, but
and you're still top of the league as well. You're still top of the league.
Forget you see the top of the league thing. Yeah, I'm not even really watching that, you know, because you see within 0.2 seconds that can change real quick, you know.
Yeah. Tell some of your fans that keep quoting top of the league.
Is that what they're doing?
I had to tweet and I said, you know, these Spurs fans ain't dealing with this thing too well, because really we're in November. You should not be talking about top of the league and all of that, because as you said, we're gonna get onto United, but as poor as Man United are, we're 5 points off you with a game in hand. It's all mad this season.
Except check this one, yeah. They probably bring out a DVD soon, Tottenham man. They go mad, bro. You know, it's foreign. It's foreign to a lot of man, innit? Because I think the last time Tottenham was top, was 2014. And I think that was only for like 30 minutes. So
serious.
So the fact that they can go on their Sky Sports app or turn on Sky Sports and see us sitting there for a week and that, I think it's kind of making the move a bit like It's foreign to a lot of man.
Sorry. I was just trying to. Patrick asking for the like. You have to come off comments, Pat, and then you press the like button. There's 14 likes already. Thank you all that's watching. But sorry to cut you there, Wes.
Yeah, I just think it's foreign to a lot of Tottenham people. You understand what I mean? Like they're really, really getting like gassed over nothing. Nothing has like you can't win nothing in November. All you can do is set yourself up nice, because there will come a period where the bad results come. How do you deal with that? Do you know what I'm saying? So you see, like, man can all laugh and run banter on Arsenal and whatnot, Let them catch a little bit of form, in a couple of weeks' time, we could be talking about something else, bro. You understand? Yeah, you just said it about Man United as well. Like, people are laughing, oh yeah, Arsenal beat them and they held 6 against Tottenham. But what? You're only 5 points off. Bro.
Yeah, we'll move on. Just that comment there, from Madrid bench to Spurs bench, I'd slap my agent. Yeah, but Bell's happy, boy. You see him smiling. Bell's happy to just be in and around things at the moment. This one, who does Shiv support? She supports Arsenal as well, people. So yeah, if we was to move on to Man United now, in the top game of the day today, Super Sunday, started off with a bang. Southampton 2-0 up at half time. People was all getting their tweets ready and all sorts, and and then boy, it all went mad in the second half. And you know what? As much as it was a good performance in the second half for Man United, you do have to look at this Southampton team, because it's not the first time that they've capitulated in the second half. They did it against Spurs when they pretty much played you off the park in the first half, and then you lot slapped them up in the second. And I think I saw a stat today about them having the most drop points from winning positions or something like that. So, but the performance that Man United put in the second half was wavy. I can't even lie. And yeah, everybody cusses our manager, me included. And still people are talking to, West calling him the PE teacher, and everyone's saying X, Y, and Z about Ollie. But you know what? We're 5 points, and I don't think this is a real measure. As I said, things can turn bad again at any time. But the reality of the situation is we are 5 points off Spurs with a game in hand. So it's all a little bit mad. This season, it's anybody's league, boy. It really is. But Shiv, you didn't see today's game, did you? What are your thoughts generally on Manchester United? Before I go into what my thoughts are, do you have any thoughts on Manchester United?
I don't really rate you lot too tough, I'll be honest.
Why not?
I don't know,
do you think it's the players, like, that you don't think that you guys have got the players, or do you think it's more the manager with us?
I think it's the manager, because again, look at who you lot have. What's that guy's name that you lot just signed, and he's just sitting on the bench doing nothing? What's his name? What's that about? I just don't understand.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just think to be a manager for Man United, you gotta be. I don't know. I think it's the same sort of situation with Arteta. He's not good enough for the job. To take on Man United, you have to be on stuff. You can't just come and think you're gonna buy this player, that player, and think you're just gonna do bits. It don't work like that.
So when with it, you in your dressing room, so you know how it can be in a professional environment. Do you think that can sometimes play in the minds of players, the managers that they're actually playing for? Do you think that's a possibility?
Yeah, 100%. I've been on teams and I've played dead purposely just because I don't like the manager. And I've played dead.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that on the live.
No, it's a real thing. Trust me. It's a real thing. Trust me.
So players do that then?
Yeah, and I'm guarantee you as well. Probably more so in men's football.
Bro, that's a good insight to hear, man.
What sense you
say that again?
You didn't know that?
For me personally, I could never go out intentionally wanting to lose a game. Then one day, if I'm on a football field, if
the manager done you dirty, if he done you dirty.
Yeah, you don't care. You don't care after what. Think about it.
Boy, you know what I remember, yeah? I'm going to talk up my thing right now. But I remember my manager done me dirty one time, benched me for a cup final after I'd been doing bits on the run-up. I had a little injury, but I was back. He should have started me, he didn't. But man just came on and scored the winner and them thing there. You know what I mean? And all I could think about was winning. I'm not thinking about my manager at that point. So... And even in other situations, yeah, I find it hard to believe, to be honest.
Yeah, but you see, football's one of the only sports. Well, not even one of the only sports, but you can play bad and the manager gets the sack for it. You still got your job. Think about it.
No, but I think, especially like I said in men's football, I think players play dead purposely just so they can get out.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
I mean, you need to
Yeah.
be playing. You need to be playing well though to even try and get a move. You know, you can't be putting in dead performances if you want a team to buy you.
Because that attitude doesn't really get you the move that you want. Because they can see that's what you're like.
Yeah, but if you hate it
They
so
can buy
much, you just want to get out. Like, do you know what I mean? If you don't want to be there, then you don't want to be there. Like,
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Christian Eriksen. That's like Christian Eriksen. Well, I ain't really seen him play, but he wants out into Milan. Now, who's going to take him now?
Yeah, but he wanted that.
He got his move. He wanted that Spurs, exactly. He wanted that Spurs. Now he wants to have Inter Milan. So he could go to a net club for a hissy fit. Oh, one out.
Yeah,
Then,
no one ain't gonna want to take.
I don't know if he's been playing dead, but no one's gonna want to play like that. You get what I'm saying?
No, but he's not playing in Inter. That's the thing. Yeah, but he thought the grass was always
that way
greener.
out.
You understand? Because for me, when he played for Tottenham, he had his moments. But when it came to big games, he never turned up for me, if I'm quite honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And obviously he nicked his move. And now you're at Inter and you're balling to come out. Now, someone would take him up because he's Christian Eriksen and they would still think, yeah, he can do bits. You understand what I mean? But truth be told, where he
I
goes...
think if you're like established as a player and people like know who you are, then yeah, you can get away with it. But if you're just any player who's trying to get a move, then no, like you kind of got to put in a performance to get somewhere. But like you said, because he's Christian Eriksen, he can kind of do whatever and still try to get a move just because he's Christian Eriksen.
I would comment at the bottom there, you know.
Well, Arsenal would take Eriksen in a heartbeat. He's everything they're missing.
We don't want Eriksen. That's already been said. We don't want Eriksen. So
but you can't be picky about who you want, you know, blood. You're not to be like that.
Huh?
You can't be picky with who you want, you know, bro.
No, but Arsenal obviously established that's not the sort of player they want. He's not the playmaker that they're after. They're after that guy from Salzburg. They want him. Who?
Oh yeah, whatever his name is from Leo.
There's this comment here, boy. What's this? Cavani under potential FA invest for racially offensive language. Nah, this ain't true. Nah, I need to look at this. I ain't heard nothing about that. I'll have a look into that. But yeah, man, Cavani did a madness today, though, in the second half. An assist and 2 goals. Assists and 2 goals, boy. You know, a lot of people think that's what we've been crying out for. I personally thought he should have started today. He didn't. He started on the bench. That's one thing, you know, I was having not a big discussion, but I was having a discussion with Dash earlier, who was saying to give Ollie credit for today's comeback. And I'm like, I'm not quite giving that to Ollie. You know, that was the players fighting back in the second half and putting in a performance. But what Ollie did do was react sooner than he usually does. Making the change at halftime, bringing Cavani on, you know, he usually waits later to that. But then it just posed the question, why didn't Cavani start from the beginning? Because for me, he had that energy and movement, and you can see that he was fit enough to start from the beginning. So I think he should have. But this is the problem as well with me. Unlike Arsenal, you know, as I was speaking to Taylor about it, and you can hear what Shiv's saying and what West is saying, the Arsenal players you can say are dead, yeah? For me, Man United ain't got dead players. We got ballers in our team. So for me, there's even more of an onus on Ollie to get the best out of these players and to get us playing better football and to get us moving up the table, because the performances that we've seen so far this season has not been good enough. Even in the first half, people will say, we started well and everything like that. And then it was against the run of play. Yes, they scored against the run of play. But even in that 20-minute spell where we were playing really well, we still created 0 chances. And this is my problem. We had 2 chances that Greenwood and Bruno should have tucked away, but they came from Southampton mistakes. We're still lacking that cutting edge of creating chances. And I think that needs to improve. But overall, I'm happy with the 3 points this week. You know, the boys showed the fight. And we march on, man. 5 points off the top, you know. Jeez, with a game in hand.
Oh, God.
as somebody said today, in the
Who's
crazy
your
year,
man?
I don't know who it's against. I don't know who it's against, to be honest. But I'll find that out, Jay. But in a league where crazy stuff is happening, why can't we be the craziest thing?
Not real bars though. But you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say something wild though. You know, hear this though. I'm gonna say something that's wild. You know,
God.
if Arteta had that Man United team, yeah, Man United's on crud. You know,
You reckon?
1,000%.
So you really don't think Arteta's the problem, do you?
No, I don't. That's the maddest thing. I don't. I think Arteta would do more bits with that Man United team than what he's doing with Arsenal, purely because he's got the players, or no, that Man United's got the players that he can actually play that type of football he wants to play at Arsenal. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
And that's just me being honest. Now, you see, earlier on, Sempty said, "Oh, you can't give Ollie credit." You have to give Ollie credit. You have to. But you see what? I
didn't see anything tactical changed for me to say, you know what, Ollie, you deserved that. I didn't see that. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I said to Dash. I've done my videos where I've given Ollie his flowers when we've done the Leipzig, when we've done the PSG. So I'm not one of them United fans that don't want to give Ollie his flowers when he does well. But today I didn't see anything from Ollie to say, yeah, that's the reason why we got 3 points today from 2-0 down.
But be honest with me, yeah? And Jason and Shiv, you be honest as well, yeah? When have you ever seen Ollie be tactical?
Well, we ain't really.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why
I can't.
I would just give him credit because he changed the thing.
he just put Cavani on. I'm not sure actually. We may have gone. I wanted to ask couple man actually, because I think we may have changed it and went to the 4-2-3-1 in the second half actually, because I'm pretty sure I saw Fred playing closer to Matic, Donny van der Beek, and
wait, sorry, did Cavani start?
No, he didn't. He didn't start.
Who started?
Rashford and Greenwood.
Oh, okay.
Rashford and Greenwood. And Greenwood's not been good either. Greenwood has been poor. He missed a couple of chances. But Cavani came on, and I'll tell you what, boy, Cavani, that the two-headed goals were good, and the winner was bad.
Second one was mad still.
Yeah, the winner was a good goal. Was a goal of a high quality striker there. So yeah, Arteta is dead. Stop giving him credit that he hasn't earned. What makes you think that he will do bits with the United team, Wes?
What makes you think he would do bits? Because he's semi-done bits with Arsenal in terms of like structure. You understand what I'm saying? Like if he had other pieces, yeah, then he would be able to go into a real chess game, innit? But he just doesn't. When Partey comes back, yeah? When Partey comes back and they can kind of get to obviously January and get somebody with some creative thing, yeah, you will see a lot of Arteta's ideas coming out a lot more. But you can't see that with Xhaka and Il Nelly and whatnot. You can't see that. Do you know what I'm saying?
When did Partey come in, Jason or Shiv? How many was it before the games were played, or was it after? It was after, innit? It was near deadline day, right? So how many games did you lot played by then? Do you know?
Deadline day, yeah.
I'm just trying to work out how many games that you've lost with Partey in the team.
We lost Leicester game.
Leicester.
He was in that team. He was at Leicester. He got in. When did he get injured? What game was he got injured?
Villa.
Last game, Villa. Was he playing against Villa?
The Villa game. He got. He came off for half time. So it's just them two games.
But he was okay. I agree with what Pat's saying personally. Like, we can't praise him for getting FA Cup and all of that, and then all of a sudden say these players ain't good enough, because those same players got him the FA Cup, got this structure in place and everything like that. And now, if anything, you've got better players because you've got David Luiz that's playing better at the back. You've got Gabriel now, which is a good centre back.
He's still dead.
Who?
Luiz.
You know what? Not Luiz recently. You know, Luiz ain't been a liability for a little minute now. He's been putting.
Yeah, but you just don't know what you're gonna get.
Try having Davinson Sanchez then. Jesus. Have that brother there.
No, since the Man City game away, Louise has been kind of decent.
Yeah, man.
He has fixed up.
Two Predator goals by Cavani isn't tactics, but fair play for bringing him on. Yeah, man. But you know what? And people may say that I'm being harsh on Oli, but for me, I can't give him praise for bringing on Cavani because it should have been. It's a given. For me, he should have started. There may have been a reason why he didn't start. So to bring him on at halftime is what you would expect any manager to do in that position. So I can't really praise him for that. And you know, it's like somebody said to me today, oh, and he started Donny van der Beek, so we got to give him credit for that. No, we don't. You know, you buy a real player, you can't keep leaving him on the bench. So for him starting today, I can't give Oli credit for starting Donny van der Beek. That is a given at the moment, you know what I mean? Especially when you've played players like Mata ahead of Donny van der Beek. That just can't be happening anymore. But what we got here, because you had a good player, Sam, they will always dig Oli out of a hole here and there, but he's a plumber. And I think that's a valid point. What a lot of people are saying is, you know, just when he's next on the chopping board, he gets out of it, you know what I mean? And is it anything? We're inconsistent and we have got good players, so we are going to put in performances and do a madness like what we did today. But yeah,
you look like the English weather, blood. You can get trees in one day, blood. It could be raining, snowing, and hot. That's how Man United is. Because when they started that game today, boy, I was thinking, there we go. But I knew as soon as you get a goal back, Southampton will crumble. They're not good against big sides like that. Do you know what I mean?
Jamar, we're gonna come back to that question a little bit later. Yeah, top four by Boxing Day. I'll make a note of that. We'll come back to that question. Let's just get through some of these comments. There's been loads.
Why can't we do the bottom four though?
Say that again.
Why can't we do the bottom four or the bottom six?
You want to add somebody in there? Stop doing that. Arsenal need a major clear out. Just hope a few out in January and a few in January. He lost to Leicester and Villa. Yeah,
that's not gonna happen. Not in January. That won't happen in January.
In Arsenal's midfield, Arteta doing worse than Emery. That is facts. You can't get away. And this is what I'm saying. You can't hide away from things. When teams winning FA Cup, Arteta is the man. And then now when these lot are friggin' 14th with 13 points, it's all the players. No, I don't buy that. Jason looks like Weber. Jason looked like he want to fight somebody today. He's already popped at me. He's already snapped at West. He's on edge at the moment. Arsenal doing that to him.
Oh, did he snap at me?
I'm just chilling, man.
Yeah, he snapped. But because you're too cool for school, West. You didn't even see it. But you know,
my brother, love his.
We understand the pain. We've been there, innit? Like you say, you've spent your whole life like that, West. So you understand what he's going through.
You're gonna draw me out, bro.
You understand what he's going through, and I've been there myself. So yeah, this is the worst Arsenal team in years. Yet we agree with that, but you should still be doing better than played 10, lost 5. Change the Arsenal manager, and it's the same issues from before. Rinse and repeat, deja vu. Yep. Let's say no banter. I think people are giving Arteta a lot of extra credit when I haven't seen him justify this yet, other than the cup runs, which are cup runs, which is true. I agree with you, Pat. You know, we've seen other teams get relegated and put together good cup runs. You know what I mean? It's all about the league. That's where you prove your coin. Shout out to Prowse. Yeah, what did you not make of that free kick? Because I was telling people, like, I heard some people getting onto De Gea. Like, for me, that ain't De Gea's fault. That was right in the corner.
The goal before his hand could even touch it, blood.
Yeah. I don't think that was
specialist, man.
Yes, Prowse, you know.
Yeah. Prowse is a G.
Specialist.
Don't deserve any credit yet, but you are writing him off way too early as well. You're always going to get that though, Ash. I think as fans, we talk about being reactionary, but we can only react to what we see. Now, if I was to talk about myself from a Man United perspective, people say give Oli time, but I'm like, what have we seen Oli do to warrant him or to make me believe that he's going to be able to get us where we need to be? And I think that's a valid question to ask about Arteta. Let's be real. Arteta's come from Man City as what was he, a number 2 at Man City or whatever he was? He's now come. He has no track history of doing anything. So how do we know? We can only really judge him on what he's doing now. And what he's doing now isn't good enough, in my opinion.
Right, but Sems, you see, you say that, yeah, and whatnot, yeah?
Yeah.
But let's just say, play devil advocate, yeah? I hear a lot of Man United fans, they want Pochettino, yeah?
Yeah.
Based off of what he's done with Tottenham.
Yeah.
If Man United want to get to the heights of being like one of the best in the league again, is Pochettino really the right man though? Because he didn't win nothing at Tottenham.
But he made for me, Pochettino made Spurs one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah,
the reality of the situation is you lot weren't nobody for forever, and then you lot are somebody now, and Pochettino made you somebody now. You now can come up on a podcast with your chest and chat to man. Before,
I would have done that anyway.
I'd have run you off the thing. You couldn't chat to nobody before. Pochettino has literally got you lot in a position where you can talk to people based on consistent performances over a period of time. In a period where he wasn't backed nowhere near like the way the top managers are backed. You look at what Pep Guardiola gets at Man City, what Klopp has got. Yeah, Liverpool don't spend all of the time, but they buy big players for 80 mil and big P on Allison and all of them thing there. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, with what he had to work with at Spurs, he took you as far as he could take you. And I think it's natural sometimes for to just sort of plateau and for you to need a change. And I think it was for Spurs to need a change, for him to need a change. But to give him that platform at United, to give him the funds that hopefully he deserves to then build, I think that Pochettino can do it because I like the style of football that he got you man playing with lesser players as well.
But then do you think he would do better than Mourinho than when he was at Man United?
I don't rate Mourinho, so you know what I mean.
Fair enough, but I'm just asking.
So yeah, because I don't rate Mourinho because performances like today is all good now, but you know, remember we won the Europa League first season, we won the Carling Cup first season, everything was rosy. It's what happens after that 3-year cycle thing that everybody is forgetting that plays out time and time and time again. I rate Pochettino personally. I really do.
So do I. And you know what? I do want him to go to Man United, to be quite honest. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I think he deserves to get a top job and get backed, and then we can see what he can really do because we already know that he can work with shirt buttons. You know, like that.
Yeah.
As long as he don't go across the water, you know, I'm good to go.
That's it. Arteta trust in love, Chan Bellerin. Yeah.
Well, Sims, I'm gonna bounce, yeah.
All right then, Shiv. Thanks for coming on.
Nah, thank you for having me.
The thing anyway. Go and check her out. All up. Later, Shiv.
See you later. See you later.
Nice one.
All right. Right, we're all up and close now, boy. Jeez. Yeah. Look, Ash, it's definitely 10 games. It's early doors. But as I said before, I think is with Arteta, it's the same with a lot of Man United fans with Ollie. You want him to do well in it because you're hoping because he's an ex-player. But you know, if this was another manager doing that, you lot didn't have that same energy for Emery. I lied, though, Jason. When they didn't have the same energy for Emery, but why have you got the same energy? Go on.
But I'm saying, boy, questions might need to be asked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's got to the point where, yeah, man, this is like I said, it's unacceptable. I don't care who's in charge. It's unacceptable. 10 games, 5 losses. Nah, mate.
5 losses,
the club will always come first.
5.
Huh? Yeah, the club will always come first. Doesn't matter who's in charge, man. So I think next week is massive for Arteta. And if he loses that,
what's happening next week?
You playing you, innit? Arsenal
you,
playing
innit?
you.
We got
Yeah.
you.
So you're playing you. So that's real then. So 11 games, 6 losses, that could happen. Then what are we still saying? Stick with Arteta, like, and you know what I mean?
Do you know where I think hope comes from? Do you want to be honest with you? Where I think the hope comes from, because it's coming from Man City and he's working underneath Guardiola. You know, I think that's where people think that.
Yeah,
you know what?
Yeah, that's what gave me hope. I ain't gonna lie.
I know that's what gave a lot of man hope. You understand? Like when I go into my food shop, yeah, in Norwood and whatnot, there's a brother in there. He's an Arsenal man, and all he says to me, "Yeah, man, we're defending better, rare." But I'm saying, brother, you're still losing games, though, blood. You get me? You might not be getting pumped 4 against Liverpool and that, but it don't matter. L's a L, you know. But a man's really taking him because he's underneath Guardiola and work with this man and work with that man. That, you know, Arsenal should be on crud. But I think, if I'm honest with you, the problem was way before Arteta, way before Emery, and the latter stages of Arsene Wenger. Just like a Man United situation where the problems was from David Moyes when he was there, Ryan Giggs, Van Gaal, Mourinho, and now Ollie's having the same problem. You understand? Because every manager that comes in after a 2-year period, yeah, it seems like, or 3-year period, they rip up these teams, they start all over again with their players. And then when it's not working, another one comes in and does the same thing. Do you understand?
It's like a cycle.
It's a vicious cycle. That, you see, let me be real with you. You see the reason that I feel Mourinho's doing all right about now, the nucleus of the team was already there that he could work with. Yeah? But bringing in Reguilon, Højbjerg, Matt Doherty, Vinicius, Bell, it's just giving them other man more competition than what we had. But you already had Kane there, yeah? And these are the man that got Pochettino sacked. Kane was there, Dele Alli was there, yeah? You already had Ndombele, Lo Celso, Lamela,
Sissoko,
Lucas, Toby Alderweireld, Dyer,
yeah,
Aurier, Davis, Lloris. The nucleus was there, innit?
Yeah, as he's kept saying that he's inherited a better squad that he did at Spurs than he did at Man United. He's been open saying that. So this is why I expect you lot to do bits. You know, my man here, look, he's one of the GOAT managers. Exactly. So if he's one of the GOAT managers, then I expect you lot to be able to muster up a shot in the second half against Chelsea. You get what I'm saying? And I think that I'm well within my rights to expect that. But anyway, you lot got a point there. Yeah, but some fans won't hear it because it's a little negativity on their team. You can say negative stuff though, Wes. You can do that. Me and you can have a conversation and you will say something negative about Spurs that you feel, you know what I mean? But you'll still back your team. There's some fans out there at the moment that just don't want to hear anything negative, boy. It's just like, because you're not perfect.
they're gas. You see what it is with Tottenham right now, yeah? These Tottenham, man. Arsenal's not doing well, yeah? But they know there's always going to be a backlash from Arsenal fans. Oh, well, you don't want a trophy cabinet. But your team's dead, innit? Yeah? Flipping, they're sitting above Chelsea, yeah? Chelsea don't really carry on like our Arsenal man carry on or whatever. And I think more to it, like I said earlier as well, like a lot of fans haven't been in this position before where you can actually like look at your TV and say, bro, Tottenham's actually sitting on top of whatever, but it's only 10 games. But then at the same time, what people are not realizing is in the next 6 weeks, we're in a vital period of the season where we might be playing on the Saturday, Boxing Day, and then on the Monday. So this is where a lot of things are going to start evening out now.
Yeah, Christmas period. I looked at them games. It looks a little bit mad. It looks a little bit mad.
This is where each club and, managers are going to get tested.
What are we saying about, let's move on. Let me just quickly get through some of these comments and then we'll move on to Liverpool. What happened to Doherty? Where is Serge Power being picked ahead of him? Serge, you know what the thing is? Aurier has actually been playing well. I can't even knock Aurier. I think I've seen him put in some of his best games in recent weeks. So I can't. Yeah, I can see why he's keeping Doherty at the team. This comment here, Arteta is a yes man. Ancelotti was never considered. Again, I think that would have been a serious thing for you lot to have got somebody like Ancelotti. Was not appointed because with Arteta they envision a 5-year plan. Yeah, Dash will always again back his team, and it's probably the players' fault why you lot are lost 5 games. But
Arteta's cheaper though, isn't he? Arteta's cheaper though, isn't he?
But when you start to get into that position, that's never a good thing either, because it should be about building and what's better for the football club. But when you start looking at cheap options and stuff, as you know, as what I think Rich said earlier, Manchester United and Arsenal have just done poor business over a period of time, which is why we're both where we are now. Do you know what I mean? But let's move on to Liverpool, because they drew 1-1 with Brighton in a game that they should have been behind anyway. And I know Jamar wants to talk about VAR. I don't know if he's still watching, because obviously all Liverpool fans are hurting right now. But me personally, that penalty to me was a penalty. Now, I need people to make me understand why that wasn't a penalty, why that wasn't clear and obvious, where Welbeck hits the ball and he gets kicked in his foot. Why is that not clear and obvious? I need someone to explain that to me. But what do you think about Liverpool, West, or Jason? You let me hear from you. What do you think about Liverpool? You still think that they're still serious title contenders? Do you think that they're going to win the title?
I don't know, man. I mean, they're getting results even with the injuries, but they're not as solid as they were last season. What they've scored, is it 22 goals, conceded 17. You know what I'm saying?
Who's that? Liverpool.
I watched the game yesterday, and I watched the game. Yeah, Liverpool. Yeah, I watched their game yesterday, and they gave away the penalty where Pepe missed it, which I think was a shocking penalty, to be honest. But they had like goals ruled off for the slight offside. You get what I'm saying? And I just think that Liverpool need to be careful, because if they start like dropping in terms of getting results, they ain't gonna win the league this season. You get what I'm saying? They're just behind Tottenham on goal difference. But for me right now, Tottenham are performing better than Liverpool. But that's really down to injuries, because obviously they ain't got their defense. They've got players out, etc., etc. And then you've got like players throwing a strop, being substitute, like Salah did yesterday. He threw a strop. So I don't know, man. I don't know if all is well at Liverpool at the moment. And he had Klopp with that mad interview with the BT Sports reporter. And when you see stuff like that, normally like there's something going on, or the club starts to go a bit downhill. It always happens, but we'll see.
Yeah, I hear you. I see. Dash, you're not going to try and draw me out, because we're not talking about Martial today. So good try, but it's not working today. Well done. Cavani plays for my club, so I'm happy to have him, and I wanted him to start today up front. So them little jabs there ain't going to work, my guy. Try again next week. But anyway, yeah, Klopp is you see the cracks starting to come through now when man's starting to attack the broadcasters. Wes, what did you make? Because to be honest, there's a question in here as well from Mesh. Where was it? It's this one here. Do you think the Premier League need to protect teams when teams are in Europe? So Wes, answer that question for me, because I agreed with what Klopp was saying. I just thought his approach was weird and the delivery was weird. So what did you make of that whole thing?
I think, if I'm honest with you, the Premier League alone, I don't think they protect teams well, no matter whether it's the smaller teams or the bigger teams. Like, I can't understand for the life of me how you're one of the top. Well, you say you're the top league in the world, but we've only still got 3 subs. But then you go and play you go and play Europa or Champions League on a Wednesday, yeah,
You
you can use 5 subs. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, real talk.
And I also think as well, it's a bit difficult, yeah, with how the scheduling is in it. Because do you remember at the beginning of the season where we played Sunday, Tuesday, then Thursday? This is what Tottenham's like fixture list was, and then we would have to play on a Sunday or something like that.
Yeah.
No one didn't care.
Yeah.
But now that Klopp's going about it the way that he's going about it, because he's feeling it now. Because man is bracking down, innit? And like Jason said, his whole approach, it was a bit spoilt for me. It was a bit old school Mourinho when you knew that your team was on top, like you're the champions, rare. You want all that protection. Do you understand? But the Premier League, it comes down to money, innit? At the end of the day. And if they would have played 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock on a Saturday, it wouldn't have made no difference because you still got a game on Tuesday. Do you understand? So there's slim margins between what's right and what's wrong in my eyes, if I'm quite honest with you. But I do think that we, especially this Christmas period, I think we should be going to 5 subs, you know? Like 100%, we need to go to that because it's going to be a little bit sticky.
I agree.
And I think that's what Klopp is basically saying, because he mentioned the Wilder, Wilder voting for 3 subs and saying, but, they've got 1 point kind of thing. Because I think that's maybe the smaller clubs are thinking 5 subs then helps the bigger clubs. But I think I agree, man, like 5 subs at the moment, in the way the football is, like everything is thick and fast. These didn't have a pre-season. It's all a little bit mad. So I man, I think the 5 subs, and like you say, you can go in what you call it, into Europe, and you can use 5 subs. So then how can that? It should be uniform across the board. Do you get what I'm saying?
But you see that what you said, Sense, that it kind of favors the bigger teams. It's not that the bigger teams are asking for but I'm just saying like
yeah.
They're asking for 5 subs and the smaller teams have 3. Yeah, this is to protect players, bro. Remember, these men are running at full speed, 90 minutes. Do you understand? You're getting teams that are playing Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday. Like, you can hardly train, bare recovery, ice baths, and all of these things. Do you understand? If you've got a couple more players to choose from and that you can bring on, that recovery time now becomes a little bit more better for the squad. Do you understand? And the lower league teams, like, hear this, you're playing once a week and you can still use 5 subs. So if anything, it's an advantage for you, more so. But they're not looking at it like that. You get where I'm coming from? But I don't know, man. I don't know how it can change and what the Premier League can do different, because it's all money. While we're in lockdown right now, because I'm pretty sure you lot didn't pay for no pay-per-view games and whatnot.
Nope.
Right. It has to make sense, innit? So games are going to be crammed in because of the money. Like, remember, there's no fans going in until next week and whatnot. And it's just making a lot of situations kind of hard, this whole Rona thing.
Because what people need to remember as well, it's not obviously when you're playing in Europe, the players are used to playing midweek, weekend. They're used to that, yeah. But at the moment, it's midweek, weekend, midweek, weekend, midweek, weekend. It's never. You don't usually play this many Champions League games, Europa League games, like so in quick succession. So at the moment, these, like, especially us teams in Europe. Yeah, Arsenal were there as well. Yeah, I just had to just think quickly there. But us teams in Europe, it is a bit mad for us. I do think, and that's what I mean. I got what Klopp was saying. The approach was just a bit wild, is what I think.
As I said, he was just acting. Listen, he's not acting no different to when Ferguson was on top, Guardiola, Mourinho, even Wenger. He's not acting no different. Do you understand? But remember, his team now is depleted really at the back, midfield. And the funny thing is, like, one of my mates said it, that for the last 2 and a bit season, Liverpool ain't really had serious injuries like this.
Something we've spoken about on here many times.
Do you understand? So now you're feeling the pain that Man City was feeling when they had De Bruyne out for a season, they had Laporte out for a season, Mendy, and like you're feeling it now. So like going forward, you're always gonna do bits. Jota's on fire, Mane's a madness, Salah. You got the centre back playing up front as well, Firmino. Do you get me? So like
one thing I will say for Liverpool, they got January coming up, so they might be able to rectify a few positions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The thing is that it's not just about bringing players in; it's about bringing in quality. Do you know what I mean? And Liverpool have been hit, but they do still have man that can come in and as I said, that Leicester game, was it Leicester last week that they played?
Yeah.
I didn't expect because I thought, and they just went and just bossed the game. So Liverpool are still coached well. They still got man like Milner that can just step in and just do his thing. Yeah, I know. It's peak now. But Fabinho comes in centre back. No, you know what it is, Ash? Jason's on a lag at the moment, so he can't really hear too well. But no, I wasn't even trying to draw him out. I'm not even doing that. I'm not like you Arsenal fans.
But what did you say?
Draw me out. I didn't even do nothing. I don't know what Ash is talking about. But yeah. No, I wasn't. Liverpool will be all right, but we say that they'll be all right. This is a crazy season, and with the injuries that they're now starting to have, that can play a part. Do you know what I'm saying? And for Liverpool, they're champions now. It's all well and good winning it, but you need to retain it. You need to do this back-to-back thing, and it's looking a little bit fishy for them right now.
You know what I don't like about Liverpool and especially Klopp, because I think Klopp's a sick manager, yeah. But you see that going back to the penalty situation.
Yeah.
I remember Salah getting kicked down like that the other day against West Ham, you know. And a man weren't bawling about that, you know. I remember a man touching Salah and Salah's all like, over him. Like, no, but it's mad though. You understand what I'm saying? And we talk about these offside goals by a margin, yeah. Not even by a little salt grain, yeah. If I'm honest with you, I think it's dumb, innit? To be quite honest, I do think it's dumb because when a man's judging it from your armpit, you can't score with your armpit. Yeah,
yeah. The offside when you're talking.
Yeah, you can't score with your elbow and that. If anything, torso, yeah, foot, I get, but then at the same time, like everybody voted for this VAR team to come into the Premiership, innit? And now that it's come in. Like, I think it's rubbish, if I'm quite honest with you. Yeah, I think the game should have just been left how it was. And, you know, I hate that. Yeah. But now that it's come in and they've had these manager meetings and they've agreed to what's going to be subjective and what isn't going to be subjective, you then don't come out and you start moaning about it because your team has benefited enough from that. From a man just, you know, going... and he's falling over and that. Do you feel me? So I just think that right in that Klopp, Liverpool, they need to suck it up, like go again and whatever, and see what go on. Not too many teams are going to beat them though. This is the problem.
Even when they should, they're not.
Yeah, this is the problem, bro. Like I thought Leicester would have got bits, but Leicester's one of them funny teams, isn't it? Leicester's like it's like when you get like a bad curry, you know, like that. Yeah, you might have ate it from that place last week and it was all right. You got it this week and your belly's burning you, blood. You feel me? that's how
you know.
Go on.
You know what helps Liverpool a lot? It's the attack, man.
Yeah, it's mad.
If you score, they score. Yes, I'm saying that's what it is. That's what gets them out of jail at this present moment in time.
But that's not sustainable. That's not sustainable long term though. And to win the title,
no.
To play like that, you have to. And look, they generally do keep, you know, less goals out. But for me personally, the VAR thing, and this is why not once have I come up in here and start laughing or bantering when a team gets a bad VAR call, because what I've said is mans that are on Twitter laughing at teams and stuff, I'm just like, you're just dumb, because it's going to happen to you. Everybody's going to have bad VAR calls. Do you know what I'm saying? The VAR is going to affect everybody. It's going to work in your favor one game, and then in another game, it's going to F you. Do you know what I'm saying? So as you say, VAR, it works and it don't work. It's not working more than it does work, in my opinion, but it's here now. But the offside thing, I agree, it's harsh. But when you're offside, that's a little bit easier to understand. Do you know what I'm saying? It's easier for them to do the lines and say, okay, it's hard to take, but at least you can say that. But it's the subject, it's this one now with the referee, whether it's subjective, whether the referee needs to go to the monitor, what's clear and obvious. That's where it gets a little bit hazy for me.
But don't you think, sorry, Sense, to cut you, yeah?
Man.
When they go to the screen, you just already know what it's going to be, you know, blood. And for me,
when you see the replay, then you can kind of look. But I'll be honest, in the Man United game last week, when we got our penalty overturned, I didn't expect that. When I saw a man not give the penalty, I was like, what? I was shocked. I thought when he goes to the monitor, he's just going to be like, yeah, penalty.
Because 9 times out of 10 is that. Because look at when we play Brighton, yeah? And the man clearly kicked down Højbjerg, you know? Clearly kicked him down. And
in that passage of play, yeah.
But the thing about it is that them man in Stockley Park and the referee on the pitch, they never go against each other. They never. Do you get where I'm coming from? Like, I believe if VAR picks up something first, yeah, I believe the referee should go to the monitor first himself. And I believe that it should be looked at in 2 motions, real time and slow motion. When they go to that monitor, it's looked at in slow motion. Now, we know anything in slow motion is going to look worse. Yeah. Like, that's not rocket science. You have to go by real time in how it looked to you on the field and why you missed it. That doesn't happen. And with the lines as well, the lines, they're not even straight, brother. Do you get me? And they're straight. They're not straight, but I don't know whether it's not straight because of how it's getting put towards us on TV, or if they really do think it's straight. And they only ever use one angle. They never show 2 angles, like from either side. Because from one side, a man could look offside, but then from another, he's not. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why I just think it's all a bit, you know, I think it's all a bit arse up, to be quite honest.
I hear you, man. Let's move on quickly to these last games before we wrap up for today. Man City 5, Burnley 0. And yeah, boy, I've come up on here and I think I've said Burnley for relegation for me. I reckon they'll get relegated this season. Did you manage to see the game, Jason?
No, I didn't, you know.
Oh, Wes, did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
It was a good performance. They just, from when they got the first goal, it was long for Burnley, innit? It was long.
Listen, Burnley never do good at the Etihad, so you know what I mean. I didn't think. No, actually, no, I did. I'm lying. I'm trying to play it down. I knew they was gonna get smoke. I just didn't know how much smoke they was gonna get. No, I'm being serious, because Burnley's only good when you play them at Burnley, because it's a difficult ground. Do you understand what I mean? But away from home, like, I only like, what's his name, McNeil. I like McNeil.
Yeah.
I think he's decent. Ashley Barnes and Chris Wood, I know what they're about, but them teams there, Burnley, Sheffield United, Fulham, they're going to be scrapping it out this year, you know, to be quite honest. I don't think they got enough.
Who?
Burnley.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal.
Are they bottom?
I don't think they're bottom. I think Sheffield. Let me have a look. Actually,
The 18th. The 18th.
Let's have a butchers. Yeah, they're 18th.
Burnley,
It's Sheffield
Fulham.
United, yeah, at bottom. Sheffield United 1 point. Lord have mercy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They don't have enough quality, man. Like Sheffield United, as I said, Sheffield United, Burnley, Fulham, Arsenal. No, even Brighton,
Boy.
even Brighton
Gonna
can
lie.
bop it. Yeah, even Brighton can bop it. Still, who else is around there?
West Brom is around there. But the thing is, with West Brom, I see West Brom getting more results. Like their performances and their football doesn't warrant where they are. So I think that they may be able to get results. Who knows? But I think that they could get results. Sheffield United, I think, are doomed for, and I worry for Ryan Brewster, as I've said on here a few times. Fulham are dead. And yeah, man, I think Burnley. The thing is that bottom three won't get relegated. One of them are going to survive. You know what I'm saying? One of them are going to survive.
You think so?
Oh, who out of that bottom three?
I can't see it, man.
Nah, we're at this stage in the season, one of them will. I don't know who, but one of them will survive. You know, the bottom three never will go down at this. One of them are going to survive. I don't know who.
Who would you pick? Who would you pick? I
would only say Sheffield United based on the fact that how they performed last season, maybe, and that they've probably got more of a system and stuff to get them out of it, like the manager and typically speaking, you would think that they've got better players as well. They're not the greatest. I don't really rate Sheffield United I wasn't surprised.
And them man there.
Yeah, but I don't think. I'm just saying, if I was to pick any of them, I would say Sheffield United over Burnley and Fulham to survive.
Sorry.
What about you? For one of them to survive, if you had to.
I can't see none of them surviving. I think they're all gonna go down. The three that's there now.
Do you know what's mad?
Me personally, I just can't. Nah, man. I can't see. I'm looking at it, and I just can't see how any one of them three are gonna pull out the relegation zone.
People in the comments, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Let me throw some of your comments up here. Who do you think are going to get relegated, or at the bottom three there? Burnley, Fulham, Sheffield United. Who do you think that? Who do you think can survive or will survive? I think Burnley are down and Fulham are down 100%. Something tells me that Sheffield United might have some sort of fight back. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. VAR is a great thing. Laws of the game just need to be adjusted.
They've got 1 point.
Yeah, that's what I said. 1 point. And you know what's mad is they have not won a game since like long time. Like since we come back from lockdown. I can't remember who it was that they beat.
They beat us.
Was it you lot? And they ain't won again since.
They beat us, remember? They beat us in lockdown. They gave us a 3-1.
Okay, and that must be the last
Yeah, I
win.
remember that game. Yeah, I remember.
But you know what? That just hit me, you know. Sorry, Jason. Arsenal are lucky, you know, when I deep you lot, you know. Brother, because you should have owed smoke against Leeds last week, you know.
Yeah, that's what KG said on Twitter, boy. Leeds should have give them some pieces as well last week.
This could have been a mad week for you, you know, Jason.
Could have, but then again, we had a chance. We had a chance of snatching it as well. We had a chance to snatch it.
No, but deep it like this. Imagine you lost against Leeds, and then you lost today, and then potentially you lose against Tottenham and whatnot.
We would have been 15.
I agree with that, Chris. Regarding clear and obvious, if you can't decide in 30 seconds, then it's not clear and obvious. For me, that Welbeck one was clear and obvious because as soon as I saw that, I could decide that. You know what I mean? So I agree with that one there.
But 30 seconds, though. 30 seconds is a bit fast, though, you know, brother.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
seconds. A
6.
minute.
30 seconds is long enough for you to see something if it's clear and obvious. If it's clear and obvious, that's what he's saying.
Yeah,
it's the clear and obvious part of it. So like I'm saying, that Welbeck thing to me was clear and obvious. I can make that decision straight away. As soon as I saw the first replay, boom, he's kicked his foot.
Yeah.
Clear and obvious. Do you know what I'm saying? But then Peter Walton says that's not a clear and obvious error. So I'm confused.
I don't listen to them man there. Them man there on wages, blood.
Yeah.
They're not on what we're on, blood. They're on wages, so they're gonna say foolishness. What other game?
Ash, I'm asking out of the bottom three, Villa aren't in the bottom three. Behave yourself. Birdie staying up. Defense is too strong. No, you know what, Rich? I really don't believe so, man, because you know when the team just gets stale, and that is Burnley for me. You know, defense is, you can't say defense is too strong. They're sitting on 5 points. They've lost 6 games already out of 9. But I hear what you're saying, but not
them man are not they're not doing it no more. Ben Me and that. Ben Me did a madness yesterday, brother. You met Mahrez just run into space like that.
Fulham, West Brom, one more going down. Burnley always grind it out. They had have done before. You know, those teams like Bournemouth always grinded it out before. Do you know what I'm saying? We've seen these teams over the years have their stint in the Premier League, do well over a period of time, but then they get stale. Like Sean Dyche was complaining in the summer, man can't make no upgrades to the team, really. It's just the same dead team. I think this season is dead.
They didn't sign no one, did they?
Oh, black man in that team, blood. What black man they got in that team, blood?
They ain't got none. Or McNeil, innit? McNeil, isn't he got a piece of black in him? I think McNeil's got a little piece of black in him still.
The last player that I knew that was black that played for him was what's that guy? I think he's at Watford, that striker. No, he's at Watford.
Is that Watford now? Oh
yeah. What's that striker?
What's his name? That plays
He's
up
got
front.
tattoos on his back. Yeah.
Andre Gray.
That's it. Yeah, him.
Gray
He
was
the last.
Gray at Burnley.
No, Aaron Lennon was there last season.
Yeah. Was he there last season?
I didn't even remember that.
Yeah, he was there last season, man. But they released him, man. But Burnley ain't got no black man in it. So
That's a very good question. Do they add time on for VAR decisions during the game? I don't think they do.
No, they don't.
They don't.
No, they don't.
That's criminal. I've never even thought about that until I just see this question just there. That's mad.
It's part of the game now, man.
Thanks, Marcel. Everton 0, Leeds 1. Leeds march on again. Leeds are, played 10, won 4, lost 4, drawn 2, 14 points. I think I like watching Leeds play, man. Leeds look like they are here to stay. Do you know them one there? This is what this is what I'm trying to say when I talk about Ollie and when you look at the Artetas. Leeds have lesser players than everybody, than us, than Man United. It doesn't matter how dead you say Arsenal players are, Leeds players aren't better. Do you get what I'm saying? They have got some quality players like Rafinha and, you know, certain man there, but it's all about the coaching. It's about what the manager is able to do with the team. You just don't see that with Man United and Arsenal. You don't. Yeah,
but in all due fairness to Bielsa, he's always had an identity, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
When I look at Leeds remind me of how Pochettino was when he was first at Southampton and how he was with Tottenham when he was kind of like relentless. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be games where they come unstuck.
Yeah.
But I like the way they play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You see the games when they come unstuck. I think that's obviously a bit down to the way he wants to coach and the way he wants to play. But again, that's also going to come down to the quality of player. I think that's where they could be let down in certain games with the quality of player. But the way Leeds play is nice to watch, boy. It's nice to watch. And
I knew Everton was going to fall off, you know. Remember I said this to you, Simps?
Yeah.
When everybody was gassed, they got Ahmed. They got Allen. Oh, shut your bum, but I got 8 raw numbers.
Yeah. That's his one that kept messaging me after James did anything, messaging me, tweeting me. After the ECL scored, messaging me, tweeting me. You know what I'm saying? Like the reality of the situation, as these man keep saying, it's only 10 games. And these that were getting excited after 2, 3, 4 games. So we got to have some consistency, Dash. You know what I mean? We got to have some consistency. Yeah, get me? Like it's a full season. And I said from the get-go, James Rodriguez ain't going to do nothing this season. And I brought him into my fantasy team because he gassed me at the beginning as well. I thought, you know what? If I'm gonna be wrong, at least let me be right with fantasy football. Do you know what I mean? And even that's dead now. He ain't doing nothing in that either. But yeah, Everton are just the pretenders, man. They ain't doing nothing. What do you reckon about Everton, Jason?
Yeah, man. I think they're just gonna be how they normally are. It's a mid-table team, top half team. They started off well, but I think it's all caught up with them now, boy. You know what I'm saying?
I've got. It's funny because was you on that show, Wes, when I had Torch on here? Was you here?
Yes, it was that show.
It was that show, and me and Torch had the bet.
Yeah, the bet. You might remember I said give him the money. You might as well give you the money now. Do you remember?
I've given him a cash out option now, and he's taking it.
Yeah, good guy.
Oh boy,
what was the bet?
£100 that Everton. He thought Everton would finish in the top 4. I said no, we bet £100. The easiest £100 I ever made, but you know he's my brethren and that, so I've given him a cash out option, reduced fee in it. It's early.
Yeah. I knew from when he made that bet with you, I said, yeah, boy, Semps is nice, you know. Yeah, nice, you know. Chelsea, because that was just wild. But I get why he said that though. I get it because of what was going on at the time. But realistically, we know Everton, innit? Everton have to see if Everton finish like 8th or 7th this year. Then maybe next year you can kind of puff out your chest with that. But Everton don't finish nowhere. Where did they finish last season? 12th. No, I don't even think it was 9th, was it? Did Arsenal finish?
No, Arsenal finished 8th. I know, so it wouldn't have been that high actually. Yeah, maybe 10th or 11th or something. They finish.
Arsenal finished 8th.
Oh, no, I'll tell you. Yeah, we finished 8th. Everton finished 12th.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. That's a big jump to say, yeah, man's going to finish in the top 4, you know?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying, brother?
And then Talk said they got man like Sigurdsson, you know?
He don't even play.
He was cracking me up. But yeah, this comment here, Everton lack of squad depth is their downfall. They were lost as soon as Richarlison was injured, and it may have been a mistake to loan out Keane and have Tosan as backup. Soon as it wasn't even the injury. He got the red card against Liverpool, innit? And from then they've been downhill since Richarlison went out of the team. And I don't even rate Richarlison too highly, but he does give them that energy and the work rate, and he's able to stretch teams. And yeah, I agree there. The squad, but that was always what we was talking about, innit, West? Squad depth, and then that's why we was busting up when Torch was talking about they got Sigurdsson, and we was like, no, they ain't got squad depth.
Like Bernard and them man there, he was pulling that. Yeah, he was doing the most that night still.
Yeah, boy. We'll just quickly touch on West Brom. We won't even really speak about West Brom and Sheffield United. Dead game, you know.
Watch that one. I'm not gonna lie.
It was on, but I weren't really watching it. Battle of the bottom. But Newcastle, boy, got a 2-0 away win to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are a weird team, you know. Crystal Palace are a weird team.
Very
weird team. I think.
I
ain't really got nothing to say on them, if I'm honest.
You know, Palace, yeah.
The Zaha.
Andre, talk.
Go on.
So I was gonna say that they were missing Zaha, I think, because he had a kid. Because I watched part of that game. But yeah, they like you lot said, they are a bit of a weird one. You know, they can pick up the odd result, and then they can lose a good few at the same time. You just don't know with Palace.
You see Palace, yeah? I put Palace, Everton, Southampton, Newcastle. I put them all in the same bracket because you can watch them and you can think, boy, you know, Palace can take points off of certain teams. Yeah?
Yeah.
And when you watch them again, you're like, nah, they're dead because you can't just rely on Zaha now. I know they got Eze. I rate Eze. Yeah? But when I watched them, I was watching that game And never did I think, if I'm honest with you, that it would end up 2-0 Newcastle. I never thought that. I'm just being honest. I didn't. And then like, I thought, but this is Palace though, innit? You know, this is Palace. And then they will go and play Man United and
you know what I mean?
They will win. You know what I'm saying? Or they play Spurs and get a draw or something. I'm just, they're a weird team, man.
Yeah. We've spoken about Newcastle as well in the past. You know, Steve Bruce is dead, but he manages to keep digging out some results at the moment, boy. Oh gosh.
Yeah, he's got a structure there, isn't he?
They're above Arsenal. You know what I mean? So can we
Word.
Yeah, word. They're above
Arsenal.
One point ahead of Arsenal. But yet these men say that it's not Arteta. You know what I mean? Jason, do you think Arteta will make it past December?
Not at this rate, he will. He needs to pick up a few wins.
All right. You know what? Just quickly before, because we're going to wrap up soon, but let's have a look at Arsenal's not remaining. Let's look at their run of games now. So you've got Spurs next week, which could easily be a loss. So that could be 6 losses in 11. So you're not really looking at that game to really pick up points. And it's away from home as well, if that means anything in this current climate. Then,
to be honest,
you're at home to Burnley, which really and truly should be 3 points. But the way you lot are playing, Burnley could make it difficult for you. But really, that should be a game where you can bounce back. So you could get it there, and then you play Southampton.
They beat them. Arsenal will beat them.
What, Southampton?
Yeah, Arsenal will beat them.
I don't think that's a given. Southampton do have a problem with dropping like points from winning positions and closing out games, but they could make it difficult for Arsenal. That press that they've got, if it works, you know what I mean? They could make it difficult. That's not a game that I would be looking at if I was an Arsenal fan saying, yeah, that's 3 points. The Burnley one, yeah, but that's not one there.
I don't think Benarek and them man there can contain Aubameyang, you know.
Aubameyang ain't doing nothing, West.
No, but for them, like Aubameyang's a bully, innit? For them teams, he's good for them.
Aubameyang ain't a bully. He ain't a bully.
I think Arsenal will beat Southampton. I'm not gonna lie.
What do you reckon, Jason? What do you reckon? Those you lot in the comments as well. What do you reckon?
I'm looking at the game now. I think we'll beat Burnley. Southampton 50-50 on that one. That could easily end up a draw, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Then we got Everton.
That's again, it's not a given. Then you got Chelsea.
It's not a given. That could
Chelsea when they got Chelsea.
Nah, then we got Man City. We got Man City. They're Chelsea.
When?
No, I've got here that I'm looking at, Jason, that you've got Everton on the 19th of December, and then you've got Chelsea on the 26th of December. In the league.
Yeah, you're right. So I'm looking at this. This is saying Arsenal, Man City in the EFL Cup.
They got Chelsea on Boxing Day.
Yeah, Chelsea Boxing Day. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Tammy,
at home.
Tammy needs to give you man free smoke, blood.
And then they got Brighton. Like, yeah, things can change. It only takes one result. And so I'm not actually saying that can't happen. It just takes one result and then you can then start. But that run in there until they play Brighton on the 29th of December, I don't see where they pick up loads of 3 points in there, boy. I'll be real.
I think they get 9.
Listen,
you think they get 9 out of that?
Yeah, you see where you say it only takes one result, yeah? Right? With Arsenal, that I just don't believe that, because you just don't know what Arsenal are going to turn up per game. After we beat Old Trafford, we should have went on a run at least.
We should have.
You get what I'm saying? So, you know, that saying it just doesn't go with Arsenal, because we could beat Tottenham next week, and then we probably lose to Southampton or someone like that. You get what I'm saying?
You would never come to our stadium and win. I don't think you're ever going to win there again.
Mate,
not at this new one.
Please.
I'm sorry, Jason. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You're coming to a big boy stadium, innit? Yeah, retractable pitch and all them things there. like 2,000 fans coming in. It's not going to make a difference, but it make a difference still. But no way in hell is that dead Arsenal team. I'd be livid if you lot get a point or get anything out of that game against us. I'd be livid.
What? It's a derby, innit? Anything goes in a derby.
Of course. But
anything could happen, bro.
But
anything could happen.
They don't have enough.
It shouldn't.
Like, Semps, they don't have enough, bro. Even if we went with Lamella, who you know that he gets on my nerves, yeah. Lucas, we could even play Vinicius up there, yeah. You could even play Harry Winks. I don't think Arsenal's got enough for Tottenham. I'm not gonna lie to you. You haven't got enough, and I'm saying that with my chest. Like, you see the cockerel air that I'm pulling out? I'm saying it with my chest. Yeah, I don't think Arsenal have enough for Tottenham anymore.
That's fine. Obviously, you feel the way you feel. You're playing well. I can understand that. But
Even
never
if we
say
wasn't.
never, bro, because anything could happen.
Even if we weren't, Jason, yeah, I still don't think. You see, at home, yeah, I'm never scared to play Arsenal at home. Never. Yeah, I'm never. Since Henry and them man, they're gone. Yeah, I'm not afraid to play Arsenal at home. Away.
Since Henry's gone, you know.
Yeah, since Henry's gone and that, yeah, I'm not afraid to play you lot at Thingy Bob Blood, at White Hart Lane or the new stadium. But I know Jose don't like Arsenal just as much as me, innit? So he's not gonna make you a look with deady shitty team come our stadium and fucking get a point and that. You understand? If I go back down to fucking what is it? N what? What are you lot? N15? Is it N15?
Jason?
No, we're N5.
Yeah, N5. That's it. N5. There you go. Nah, man, I know things are wrong right now, man. N17 wrong things. You see me?
Boy, let me just, for me, Ash, I wasn't saying that Aubameyang isn't good. What I was saying is at the moment, Aubameyang is in a bad run of form. So you need Arsenal to play better to provide him with more chances for him to score. I think if he gets one chance at the moment, he's going to struggle to put it away because of the confidence. Arsenal ain't creating chances, man. Like, we can keep saying 10 games, 10 games, 10 games, but the reality of the situation is you lot ain't playing well. Arsenal aren't playing well, and you've lost 5 in 10. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you've got to be worried with losing half your game so far, and then with that run there that we see, yeah, we may be talking on this podcast on the 1st of January or whatever, and you lot may have done a madness. That is possible, but if we were all betting people right now, as some of these man in the comments are you betting on Arsenal to get 9 points out of those games? I doubt it very much.
Never.
The man ain't putting their money there. So the hope thing can only go so far. But if you're not willing to put your money there, which I don't think you would, then we're right. We're within our rights to say what we're saying, man. We really are. But you know what? Anyway, go on, Wes.
Have they really lost 5 games?
They've lost 5, man. They've played 10 and lost 5 games.
Dude.
You know
No, because I'm trying to work out who they've lost to.
Yeah, they bloody beat us in that run as well.
But you see what's empty?
They've lost 3 home games back to back, innit? 3 in a row. Aston Villa, Leicester, and today. That's 3. And their other 2 would have been away games. Did they play Liverpool?
Liverpool? Yeah, we lost to Liverpool.
Lost to Liverpool.
Leicester, Aston Villa, Wolves, and we lost to
who's the other away?
Man City. Yeah, Man City. It was Man City. Yeah, with it's Man City. Sterling scored that goal.
So they lost to. So they lost to 2 of the big boys. They beat Man United, and then they play Spurs next week, and it could be lost 6 in 11. That's the hope team.
I'm praying Arsenal turn up next week and
you know what's madness.
What to the ground? You're gonna turn up to the ground, but you're not gonna leave with nothing.
Turn up and just do a madness. I beg.
This is it as well, Chris. Until today, Arsenal only had managed 1 goal in November, and that was a penalty. But yet these men want to talk about it's only 10 games. Come on, man. There's more to it than this.
All fuzzy? Why does it sound all fuzzy?
No, it's normal. Well, I can hear everybody.
It's been like
you can hear me,
I can hear you.
Podcast.
That's good.
I can hear you. Like, I'll be interested to know how much goals Arsenal have scored so far this season. I think you've scored 10 now. Is that what it is, Jay? All season you've scored 10, I think. Aubameyang has
Yeah.
got, yeah, like, and somebody else said this, like, Aubameyang is the guy who scores the majority of your goals, isn't it? Other than that, you haven't really got players that score goals. So now he ain't scoring goals, and I don't necessarily think that's all down to him. You get what as I said, it's the way he played, the way Arsenal play, and all of that. But boy, like, I just don't see these lot got the hope. You know, I hope the hope helps you, because I don't see how this is going to turn around. There's big problems at Arsenal, big problems. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for the comments. There was a lot of comments, boy. I could not keep up. As Daniel said, Daniel, thank you, bro, for all your support as always. And as he said, hit that like button, man, if you haven't done so already. And if some of you are new, hit the subscribe button and all of that. But West, you're not really on the social media thing, so we can't really give out your socials and that for them to connect with you. But big up for coming through, man. Thank you very much. You got anything to
As
say?
always.
Out?
As always, man, you know how it is. You can catch me on West _ Boston _ George on the gram. You get me? You might see me post. You might not see me post.
Jason, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can catch me on Twitter at Mr. Jason Alex.
Just like that, Jason's a man of very few words, especially when Arsenal are getting beat up. But anyway, I'm Semps. This is Views TV official. This was everyone's a pundit. I'm a pundit. These were my pundits. Until next week, people, we are out. Bless.
Blessings.
Bless.
Peace out. Nice one.